Hi guys, welcome to another Plan With Me video. Today I'm going to give you an update about how the bullet journal went in January and then show you my February layout. First, let's just discuss the pens that I use. For all of my writing, I have been using this one. It's Stabilo 0.88, it's fine, 0.4 millimeter. I really like this one. It doesn't bleed. Some of my other pens were sort of smudging as I was writing with them. This one dries really quickly. And then for the coloring bits, the colorful bits, I like these. I think they are 1 millimeter. These are really good. Again, they don't bleed through, and they are super fun to just add some color to my bullet journal. Let's talk about how January went. My January spread starts with the tracker page. This went really well. Except apart from the last few days where I've been under the weather, I did really good about tracking it daily and doing most of the tasks. So I am going to change a few things up in February. One thing that I'm going to get rid of is the no spend. So I wanted to sort of reduce the amount of stuff I was bringing into the house, and so like magazines and little just stuff from the stores, you know, all that stuff that you really don't need to buy. But what happened instead was that anytime I spent money, I was like, oh, well, I'm already not going to be able to tick off no spend. So is there anything else I wanted to buy but didn't buy yet? Like, it just totally backfired, and I think I probably bought just as much junk this month, and I just did it like sort of in clumps as opposed to like little and often. So that's gonna go. That just didn't work at all. I'll think about a different way to tackle that. Other things, so awake by 6 a.m. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not a morning person, and I think I thought I'll set my alarm for 6 a.m. and I'll just get up, but that didn't happen. So what I'm going to actually do is take these off and change it to in bed by, I think 11, or like no electronics after 11, or maybe 12. I haven't decided yet. But I think 11 is a good time. So if I shut off all electronics, and so no iPads, no computers, no phone, and then I go to bed and I just read. And if I stay up till 2 in the morning reading, then fine. But I think by doing that, I might be able to start going to bed a little bit earlier, or falling asleep a little bit earlier, and then naturally start waking up earlier. So I'm not going to force those. Those are going to go away. But pretty much everything else worked really good. I added this since my January video. This is Update YNAB, which is You Need a Budget. It's my budgeting app that I love, and basically I need to update it frequently, otherwise it takes forever, so I just want to keep an eye on how often I'm updating it, and I did really good. The longest spell was 4 days, and I have to do it today, so yeah. So that's my January tracker. I really liked it. I'm also going to simplify the colors. This was too much, and I'm going to have the colors going across so that it's easier to see like streaks. Like I did this 5 days in a row, and then however many days in a row, I think it was 15. It'll be easier to see those streaks if it's all the same color going across rather than all the same color going down. This is my map making spread filled in. If I got a lot of questions on my January plan with me about map making, so I did a special video all about map making and how I goal set and break it down into tasks, and then break those tasks down into my monthly to-dos. And so I will link to that video below if you're curious about that. But this is what it looked like all filled in. January memories and gratitude log, both spreads that I absolutely loved. The January memory section in particular really makes me happy to look back on. I really like the memory section. Gratitude log, I just think it's important to take a moment to be grateful every day. So that's been filled in, going really well. Monthly to-dos, fine. So I sort of have a list of things that have to be done weekly, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I have monthly tasks that are sort of random, and then in addition to the monthly map making tasks. Got most of them done. A couple I didn't, but no big deal. I created a list of affirmations every morning. I've been doing meditation, affirmations, and visualizations. So I wrote down my affirmations that I sort of read to myself every morning, put them in there. I added a book list, keeping track of all the books that I'm reading. I did 6 in January. I think that's pretty good. This is the visualization board where I've been sort of doodling in things that I want, and I kind of just look at that every morning. So I added this things to be done weekly and things to be done monthly. So every week I need to have 7 Instagram photos, 2 YouTube videos, which obviously have to be recorded, edited, uploaded. I have to send out a newsletter, which I haven't been good about doing, but I'm going to try and get better. I do the 5 Periscope videos, including preparing Friday trivia, and I grade homework assignments for my online courses that I run. Then things to be done monthly, I do a monthly Q&A for my students. I do an interview with a designer every month. That's on my YouTube channel. It's called Joeli Chats. I do the monthly vlog, letting you know sort of what's going on my channel, and the monthly plan with me video. So that sort of replaces a daily to-do list. These things have to get done weekly. These things I have to schedule into my month. The webinars and the interview in particular need to be scheduled. The update video gets done at the beginning of the month. The bullet journal video gets done on the first Tuesday of the month. So those dates are sort of set in and they have to get put into the calendar. And then everything else has to get done weekly. I played around with creating a weekly routine. And I put the things that I have to get done weekly there, and I tried to think where I would fit them into my week. This, I did not follow. I tried it for a little over a week, maybe 2 weeks. I'm not quite sticking to it, but it was just a sort of rough draft starting point, and I'm going to edit it and try again and see if I can create a weekly routine that I like sticking to. Things like videos have to be recorded at a certain time when my house is quiet and the lighting is decent. So those sort of have to get fit in, but I also need to make sure I'm doing emails. But like yesterday, I went and got my hair cut and didn't do emails. So that's, I don't know, a little bit tricky. So I'm working on the weekly routine. I'm a knitter, so I started a list of all the yarn in my stash. I have the very beginning of a cleaning checklist where things that have to be cleaned, and there's the week, and I check them off if they're done in the week, but obviously that needs filling out because I can't get away with just 6 things. Like there's more stuff that needs to be cleaned, but they're just sort of as I think of them, I'm putting them in. That's definitely a work in progress. Then I made a list of things that I want to knit. So this is yarn that I have in my stash, and this is patterns that I want to knit, and then I've been working on matching them up. That's just sort of as an aside. Okay. Then we get into February planning. So the first thing I did was February to-dos. I set my social media goals in the corner, and I wrote down all the things that I know have to get done this month. I have to do an ad. I have to send a newsletter. That needs to be a little bit more specific. Some things for my retreat, printing out badges. So these are just things that have to get done this month. Nothing that's time sensitive. As long as it gets done by the end of February, it will be fine. So so I have my February to-do list, and obviously I will keep adding to that as the month goes on. Then I have my February memories. So I just write in my February memories, I draw the border around it, and then I go over it with the marker. I think it makes it look quite pretty and fun for me. If you care, I always do sort of 3 boxes high and 3 boxes high there. Not important, but so February memories, that just gets drawn in as I go. I have a few things to fill in already. And then we have my February tracker. So for this, I just start on the right column and I put in the date and then work backwards. And then underneath, I put in the day of the week. And then I fill in all the dots. That takes forever. So here's what I've changed it to. So you can see silence, affirmation, and visualization is one thing because they always get done together. But then I broke down reading into reading for pleasure, reading business books, and reading out loud to my son. We are reading through Harry Potter, and I just want to make sure we're doing it. We don't do it daily because sometimes he has something going on in the evening, sometimes I'm working late, but I want to make sure we're doing it more often than not. Obviously, exercise. Morning pages is just sort of a brain dump. I'm actually going to try doing that at bedtime because it wasn't fitting into my morning. 15 minutes clean, Instagram posts, Facebook posts, Periscope, YouTube, newsletter, pattern sale, drinking my water, getting outside for fresh air and sunlight, and updating the budget. And then I have to put in the electronics off. I can do that now. I'm going to start at 12, start at midnight, and then next month I will move it forward an hour till 11. But I think for the best chance of success, since I normally am staying up on the computer until 2 a.m., I think if I start switching off at midnight, and then the next month I'll switch off at 11. So just add that in. And I made it all pretty with the hearts for February. Then the gratitude log is filled in, same thing with the banner. And then you just put the date and then 3 dots, date, 3 dots. So that's all ready to be filled in. And then I always have empty space. It sort of takes 2.5 pages, but I like having the space for a quote. This month's quote is, "It's not happy people who are thankful, it is thankful people who are happy." I know Boho Berry started doing just 2 dots, and if you do 2 dots instead of 3, you can fit it on 2 pages, but I like the 3 things. I don't know. And that's all I have for February. It's really February spread at the moment is just a to-do list, memories, daily tracker, which is probably the most important page in my bullet journal. And then the gratitude log. If I add any more pages, I will show you them in the March video where we will go through how February went, changes I'm going to make, and then my March layout. I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I read them all. I'll reply to all of them. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any videos. I do tutorial videos on Tuesday, review videos on Thursday, and there will definitely be monthly bullet journal videos. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.